Thank
I
you.
have seen your LinkedIn profile and I was so impressed. I could not resist myself. I thought that yes, this person must be having a lot of things to share with the people, and I'm sure they will gain a lot of insights out of this podcast.
I'm doing an advanced degree in Translation and Localization Management at the Middlebury Institute of International Studies, which is in Montreal, California. Basically, I've been working in the language industry for the past 11 years. Since 2014, I started as a freelance translator. I worked on the English Tamil language pair. So it's been years since I started working, and I grew up in the career and I became a language lead for a few companies. And I also worked for a few good companies back in India. Like I worked for Uber and Patreon projects, and later I worked for Meta for 2 years.
Hi, Kavi.
Hi, Parth. How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm good. I'm doing great. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for coming on the podcast and accepting my invite and
Thank
the contributions you have made, into the language field and the way you have grown up with languages. One is Tamil and another one with the English language is absolutely commendable. You know,
thank
I
you.
have seen your LinkedIn profile and I was so impressed. I could not resist myself, inviting you. That I thought that yes, this person must be having a lot of things to share with the people, and I'm sure a lot of people who must be, who will be like aspiring to be at this position where you are sitting right now. I'm sure they will gain a lot of insights out of this podcast.
Even I hope so. And thank you so much for doing this, particularly. Like you're putting a lot of efforts. I know this is a very great initiative to talk with people in the localization industry because people, as I always say, people are not really aware of the localization industry. And with what you're doing now, it's going to make a lot of difference with people, and it's going to create a lot of opportunities for people who are in need of job, who are really skilled in the language industry. It's
Hmm.
going to help them. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this. And thank you for inviting me to talk on this topic.
My pleasure. My
I'm
pleasure.
excited. Yeah.
Right. So, Kavi, I think let's get started. And let's start with the very first question. That is, what inspired you to pursue a master's degree in translation and localization management? And how did you choose the Middlebury institution where you are
Yeah.
currently?
So, yeah, exactly. I'm doing an advanced degree in translation and localization management at the Middlebury Institute of International Studies, which is in Montreal, California. So, basically, I've been working in the language industry for the past 11 years. Since 2014, I started as a freelance translator. I worked on the English Tamil language pair. So it's been years since I started working, and I grew up in the career and I become a language lead for a few companies. And I also worked for a few good companies back in India. Like I worked for Uber and Patreon projects, and later I worked for Meta for 2 years. And
Wow.
then I later worked with a Fortune 5 tech giant, which I'm not supposed to reveal, but you can guess what it is. So I worked for them for 8 or 9 months before coming here to the US. So it's the all the roles were kind of the language lead or language specialist roles. I worked on my language pair. So it was 10 years of working on the same language pair. And
Okay.
unfortunately, in our country, the language industry is not very well acclaimed. And also, my language is a tier 3 language. So, mostly in India, Hindi and Bengali are the most prominent languages in the localization industry, and Tamil is a tier 3 language. You do not get good and better opportunities. I meant the better opportunities mean the full-time employment opportunities in the companies, in the client side companies, and also that you do not get opportunities to climb up the ladder, like become a language manager or a localization project manager.
Hmm.
You do not get those opportunities. You get stuck with one single language pair for your lifetime. So I do not want to do that for the rest of my life. I decided that I have to upgrade myself in my career. I have to do something bigger, and I have to get involved with other teams.
Hmm.
Like you cannot always be with the same team, you or be with the vendors and manage the team, just do the final review, quality check and all that, and like complete your life. You
Yeah.
have to do project management, program management. You have to collaborate with the engineering team or the marketing teams. That's one happening place. Like that's the happening workplace that
Right.
you'll always love to be in, right?
Hmm.
I wanted to do that. So I thought we have to upgrade ourselves. And I started researching about the opportunities available. I could not get anything in India. And this is the only place where I found a degree in localization management, degree program in localization management. There are a few courses available all around the world, but they're all just courses, short term courses.
Mm-hmm.
They are all not degree programs. But Middlebury
Right.
Institute is the only place where localization management is being taught as a degree program, and also that it's a STEM degree. Like
Hmm.
you get all other benefits in the United States to stay here and work here. It's that
Right.
kind of a degree. So it's kind of an inclusive degree, and this was the only best option available, and I just landed up here. Yeah,
Understood. Understood. And
yeah.
before we begin, before we talk more about it, so can you throw some light on this particular course, translation and localization, what it is all about, and
Okay.
what is the like the end goal of it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, this localization management program is a blend of both management courses and the translation technology courses.
Okay.
So, the course is designed in such a way that you get to learn everything about localization. Even before I came here, even I was thinking that it's more of the management side of localization.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Though I checked all the course details and curriculum and everything, but I was not so damn sure that it has everything. It's so inclusive. After coming here and beginning my career, like studies here, I realized that no, it's not just about the localization management or people management. Like we have different types of courses. For example, I can say we have media and audiovisual localization, which talks about localizing the media content. Like you get to learn all the Adobe tools here. So you whatever is related to localization, you learn here. So we also learn a lot of CAD tools, like as from beginning from SDL to all the SmartLink or whatever is available. You
Mm-hmm.
get to learn all the CAD tools here, and
Right.
that's one best thing. And also, apart from all of that, there is something called as the financial side of localization, where you study account management and all that. You
Mm.
also learn how businesses works, how the localization business is happening, and all that. You get information about that, and program management and project management in a bigger scale.
Mm.
So and most important thing, we also get to learn something called as the DEI in localization, the diversity, equity, and inclusion part, how the companies have to imply all these features into it to make things better. So this course has everything related to localization and also the programming part. There is one course called as the programming of internationalization. So
Mm.
you all, and also games localization. You can choose whatever you want. There are a few core courses. Apart from that, you can choose whatever you like.
Mm.
So you gaming industry is booming and it's a very big business, and games are
Yes.
getting localized. So that's a very big area where you can like grow in your career. And this particular program has everything about localization to offer, and it's your choice to pick what you want.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes.
And now sticking to the academic journey in the program study program. So how does this coursework at Middlebury Institution, looks like, and how does it prepare students for real world localization careers?
Oh, yeah. So as I said, like it has everything about localization. I told
Hmm.
you now. So we now know what's available here, like what are the
Yeah.
courses available here. Now, working on like the school, how the school works or
Yeah.
how the classes works. So most of the classes here, so we do not have in the US, it's not about exams or tests. We do not have any of it. Like it's common here to have weekly assignments. We work on that, and that's how we are graded. So
Right.
every week, the assignment is kind of a real world example or scenario that we have to work in. So when you talk about the management courses, for every week we have some real world scenarios or case studies coming up, and we have to build up localization strategy or the whole RFP process or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
whatever is available in the localization workflow according to the module of the week. We work on the real world scenario, and
Mm.
that's giving us a positive experience, and also like it's adding on to your experience even before you start working. Like
Right.
you get to work on the strategy even before you start working for a corporate outside.
Mm.
So that's one thing. So this is the case with all the courses, where every week you have to come up with examples, or you have to solve a problem, you have to solve a case
Mm.
study, you have to come up with a strategy. So it's like that you have to work on the workflow. There are a few cases where for the whole semester we have just demonstrated a localization workflow, took like did kind of a role play, and did 4 or 5 complete sets of localization workflows all through the
Mm.
semester. So you get to have the role of a linguist or a project manager, a vendor manager. You get to play all of that, and you get experience working as a like in different roles. So
Understood.
this is kind of the real world experience that you get here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can you take any example and explain how this particular process of study and this particular course trains you for the real life? Can you take any
Yeah.
example that will give a
Anything.
better
Yeah, yeah.
clarity?
So there are a few, as I said now, this was one example where in a semester,
Hmm.
4 or 5 of our group mates took like we take roles of a linguist, vendor manager, project manager
Yeah.
in each cycle. Like
Yeah.
we undergo 4 or 5 cycles, transfer files, do review, give feedbacks, and the
Yeah.
coordination we coordinate as between the vendor manager and the project manager. We have real conversations happening. We send real
Right.
files. We do the real translation and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one kind. This happened for one whole semester. These
Right.
are one kind of examples, and there are also other case study examples where the professor provides individual case studies for each group. Mostly groups here are 2 or 3 people.
Hmm.
We have to work on the case study. For example, recently we did AI, the role of AI in localization, how it is
Hmm.
booming and all that. So we had to get in touch with companies outside, be it any company, any language service provider. We got in touch with them. We met people working in that AI department of that particular company. We got
Mm-hmm.
insights from them, and we learned how the company has been using AI for the localization workflows and how they are streamlining everything with the help of AI. So we got their insights and made our own presentations out of it, and we delivered it. So these are a
Hmm.
few examples where what of what is happening here to make us better in the industry when we just
Understood.
go out and start working. Yeah.
Understood. So the opportunities for this particular industries are, I mean, according to you, where people can find more opportunities to work in this industry? Where, I mean, is it
Uh,
working available? I mean, a lot of opportunities are available in India or like only abroad or like how is it?
no, the point is that uh, it gives you it gives you a lot of learning, gives you a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you an experience of working as an intern outside. So it gives you that experience.
Hmm.
But when you ask me about the real job opportunities, that's a tricky question, because here I believe that with the job
Hmm.
market is really bad now. We know that.
Yeah.
So you are responsible for yourself. Like if you
Hmm.
want a job, like this course is not getting you opportunities straight away.
Hmm.
It's getting you ready to work on your basics, and it's making you even more better with your learnings. And with all those learnings and experiences, you have to explore, you have to network. So but this particular course and the school gives you a lot of opportunity for networking. There are a lot of events
Hmm.
happening around. You get to meet a lot of people, and also you now when you join this course, like you have a brand with yourselves called the Middlebury, which is a very big name in the localization industry. So
Hmm.
when you have that particular brand with you, and on LinkedIn, when you try to connect with people, they are welcoming. I think
Hmm.
without that, it can be a bit difficult. But when your profile says that you're a Middlebury student, it's going to be easy for you to get connected with the people.
Right.
So I think that's one good thing that will happen because of this course or the school. But
Hmm.
apart from all of that, you have to look for the opportunities. You have to search for the jobs, and it's all in your
Yes.
hands.
So
Yeah,
it's just an additional skill that a person can, that a person can, get into and maybe, develop, and
yeah,
grow well. But along with this, the person should have maybe a different skill set. Mixing both the things, and the person can maybe grow well
yeah,
in the career,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. And how do you balance linguistic skills with technical and and project management training,
Uh,
like in the program?
so, to be honest, I'm one person who's not technically sound.
Yeah.
So, uh, I did my bachelor's in engineering,
Hmm.
but unfortunately, I could not build up a career for myself in the engineering industry. I started localization soon after graduation, and I do not have much connection with technology. And most of the companies that I worked in the past, like Meta or any other company, they have their own internal tools. So because of the privacy policies, because most of them are bigger companies and they have their own tools, and I did not get an opportunity to learn many of the CAD tools earlier. So that was a very big drawback for me when I came here because I thought that no, I did not know any of the CAD tools, but fortunately we had everything here to get started. Soon after I came here, I learned SDL.
Hmm.
So Trados, I mean, so I learned Trados, and after that, like subtitling tools or whatever it is, like I learned most of the tools that's
Yeah.
available here, and that's one good thing. So that's how we manage. As I said, there are a few management courses and also technology courses. So the it's all being taught from the scratch here. So it's kind of easy for me to learn everything from the basics. And even if we are someone who do not know any knowledge about the translation technology or the care tools, it's not a problem when you be here in the course. But in general, if you ask me, apart from the course or the program, I always take some time to learn new technology or the tools, because when I start working for a company, every company have their own set of tools and CAD tools to work on. So I
Mm-hmm.
really take some time to learn all of that, and I put my efforts to learn all of them in a very efficient and in a fast way. And that's how I manage my linguistic and technical skills to make things better.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah.
Now, coming on to the next part of the podcast, that is related to translation and interpretation as a profession. What are some of the unique uh, challenges or advantages of working with, like English, Tamil as a pair, as a language pair?
That's a very good question, actually, because you know uh, this is a question that I always face in interviews because Tamil has its own challenges. Tamil as a
Hmm.
language or in the translation industry, it has its own challenges. For example, if you talk about the tone, English doesn't have a tone at all. Like
Yeah.
it's a very neutral language.
Yes.
But Tamil is not like that. Any Indian language, we have different accents and formats, and the
Yeah.
language, our languages are so unique that we have to be very careful. So, in all my career, I have worked more on the UI and UX content, like UI UX localization, which all deals with the users. So it goes straight to the user. So we have to be very careful with that because there are formal tones, informal tones, casual
Absolutely.
tones, friendly tones. There are a lot of tones. And when you talk about the UI localization, it's all about like you get informative content and also instruction contents, suggestion content. So the content differs, and also you get a lot of buttons, alt text, and everything. So there are different tones for different uh, types of content,
Yeah.
and that's one biggest challenge when you work with Tamil because you have to you have to be friendly, and you also have to be responsible and
Hmm.
respectable. So it's kind of tricky. Like only
Right.
when you are very skilled in the language, and also only when you are very skilled with UI localization,
Mm-hmm.
you can like make it successful, or else it's
Yeah.
gonna be a problem at any some point of time in the when a
Hmm.
user uses it. So
Very true.
that's one challenge. And also that with Tamil language, I see that there are different forms of Tamil available, because Tamil is being spoken in many countries, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Singapore, and all that. So
Hmm.
users are gonna use it from different regions, so there are a lot of accents. So
Hmm.
you should not be just falling for any of the accents. So you have to be very careful with that. And also that you have people from different teams, like different countries, Tamils from different countries. I have faced this a lot of times in my team. When I have been leading projects, I have got people from different countries, and they always come up with terminologies that they really use, but that's
Hmm.
not. But when you consider Tamil Nadu is the very big, it's a very big market for Tamil
Yeah.
content, like we assume that. So
Hmm.
we have target audience in other countries too. We have
Mm-hmm.
to be very careful in dealing those type of team members, and we cannot be harsh with them. We have
Right.
to make them understand that no, this is not the Tamil content that is being widely used. We have
Hmm.
to be neutral on this. So that's one
Yes.
biggest challenge that you always deal when you work on Tamil content. Yeah.
Understood. Understood. So that's a pretty sensitive role where you have to be very careful, with whatever you are putting and how it will land on
Uh,
others.